Okay, so chess number one, you can start.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Good evening, everyone. My today's topic is Pakistan, a bad neighbor. International relations between countries are often marked by diplomacy, cooperation, and mutual respect. However, some nations, due to their policies and actions, create tensions while with their neighbors, undermining peace, stability in region. Pakistan, since its inception in 1947, has often been accused of playing a destabilizing role in South Asia, particularly its relationship with India and Afghanistan. The most significant factor contributing to Pakistan's negative image as a neighbor is its hostile relation with India. Ever since the partition in 1947, which led to the creation of Pakistan, the two nations have had strained relations. The root of the hostility lies in Kashmir conflict. The dispute over Kashmir has led to three wars: 1947, 1965, and 1999, and scheme, numerous skirmishes. Pakistan Pakistan's use of terrorism as a state policy to destabilize India has been another point of contention. The 2008 Mumbai attack, which killed 166 people, are often cited as an example of Pakistan's failure to curb terrorism emanating from its soil. One of the major reasons Pakistan is viewed as a bad neighbor is its constant support for terrorist organizations like Lashkar-e-Taiba, Jaish-e-Mohammed, and the Afghan Taliban. These groups have not only targeted India but have also destabilizing Afghanistan. Even its military and intelligence services, particularly the ISI, Inter-Service Intelligence, have been linked to supporting and finding these groups. Conclusion: Pakistan's actions over the years have contributed to its negative reputation as a bad neighbor. Its consistent support for terrorism, aggressive posture towards India, interference in Afghanistan's internal matter, and inability to curb internal extremism have created significant stability in South Asia. While there have been moments of hope with Pakistan initiative and dialogue, Pakistan's inability to change its course has hampered lasting peace in the region. If Pakistan desires to set this reputation, it must take concrete steps toward curbing terrorism, fostering peace with its neighbor, and promoting stability within its own borders. Only then can it become a constructive partner in South Asia's future.
Okay, next.
Good evening, gentlemen. Uh, Today my topic is border dispute of India. China-India border why tension rising between the neighbors. The armies of the world, two most populous nations, are looked in a tense phase of high in the Himalayas, which has the potential to elasticate as they seek to further their strategic goal. Officials quoted by Indian media say thousands of Chinese troops have forced their way into the Galwan Valley in Ladakh, in the disputed Kashmir region. Indian leaders and military strategies have clearly been left stunned. The reports say that in early May, Chinese forces put up tents, dug trenches, and moved heavy equipment several kilometers inside that what had been regarded by India as its territory. The move came after India built a road several thousand kilometers long connecting to a high altitude forward air base which is reactivated in 2008. The message from China appears clear to observers in Delhi. This is not routine incurious. The situation is serious. The Chinese have come into territory which they themselves accepted as part of India. It has completely changed the status, say Ajay Shukla as the Indian military expert who served as a colonel in the Indian Army. China takes a different view, saying it's India which has changed facts on the ground. Reports in the Indian media said soldiers from the two sides clashed on at least two occasions in Ladakh. Standoffs are reported in at least three locations: the Galwan Valley, Hot Springs, and Kongong Lake to the south. India and China share a border than border more than 34 3,440 2100 miles long and have overlapping patrols often bump into each other, resulting in occasional suffocations, but both sides insides on bloods has been in for decades. Why are tensions rising now? There are several reasons, but competing strategies lie at the root, and both sides blame each other. The traditionally peaceful Galwan rivers has now become a hotspot because it is where the in project to the new road. India has built along the Syok River to Dewlet Bag Oldie DBO, the most remote and vulnerable area along the LAC in Ladakh. Mr. Shukla says India's decision to ramp up infrastructure seems to have infuriated Beijing. Thank you.
Okay, next.
So, good evening, friends. Today, my lecture topic is One India, One Nation, One Election. So, it's one of the main political agenda the Tuesday government have, and itself the former president Ramnath Kovind has spoken about it in his address to the parliament about the need of having one election, one nation, one election. The Prime Minister Narendra Modi had itself emphatically addressed it, and it was the best reforms and the policy the government could have launched and will launch in the future. Basically, when it gets consensus by the various parties. Now going to a history, everything was all okay until 1967, as elections were conducted from 1951 to 52. The three elections were smoothly conducted, but all changes after 1967, and it was first started in Kerala, where the invasion, where the central government has embraced Article 356 in Kerala and moved the government from there. Now there are various uh, reasons the government give, stating to one of the good policies of the government because of the many rules that come into effect when the elections comes. Firstly, the reduced cost of elections. As we know that it's in India, in every month or two, in twice in a month, elections held in different parts of the country, whether it is local bodies or state assembly elections or Lok Sabha elections. Though it basically consumes a lot of money and attention of the people. According to the report, in 2019 Lok Sabha elections, almost 60,000 crore rupees were spent on singly on one elections. So you could imagine the amount of money our nation spend on this type of election. So synchronizing the Lok Sabha election along with the state legislative election will reduce more of the cost, and also the policy decisions, government will more focus on the policy decisions. So because according to the model conduct once elections get started, started, no party will frame new policy, and also the existing policy implementation get to a particular halt. So basically, the nation suffers and the people suffer because of that. Also, once elections get into play, the various uh, societies and major portion of a country get engaged in it. The deployment of paramilitary forces and also the teachers of the government school engaged in that. So it also consumes all their times. It consumes the time of the people of the India. So these are the need, and there are also challenges that the government see in that because of the lack of consensus and consultation from the other parties. The government think that yeah, it will save a lot of money, but accordingly the indirected costs will suffer, will add to it, like implementation or hiring of lot of voting machines, EVMs. This will add and indirectly go into that money. Also, the government says, opposition said, is to be against the idea of federalism, which conforms India as a not a union of not as a one state but a union of states. So are said to conduct elections separately. Also, many question arises about what will happen if one political party or one political party loses its party in between. So what will happen to that? There are many concerns the government is trying to focus upon. A particular committee headed by B.S. Chauhan is been there. They're conducting the various matters in the regard, consulting various parties, and in future there is good regard that good decision will be making on that, and we will our nation definitely will have this one nation one election policy. Currently there are four states like Andhra Pradesh, Arunachal Pradesh, Sikkim and Odisha. Their elections used to be conducted in parallel with the Lok Sabha elections, and that's good. And if the things will improve more much if other states along with the state legislature comes into play. Thank you.
Okay, next. So I think now all of you have delivered your lecturate, right?
Yes, sir.
सो थोड़ा सा मैं आप सभी को बता देता हूँ लेक्चरेट जो आपकी एक्टिविटी होगी वहाँ पे किस तरीके से ये परफॉर्म होगी. सीक्वेंस है 1 by 1. यू ऑल विल बी गोइंग. वहाँ पे एक टेबल होगी, टेबल पे आपके कार्ड्स रखे होंगे, आप कार्ड पिकअप करोगे, उस कार्ड में आपके 4 टॉपिक लिखे हुए होंगे. ठीक है, देयर आर 4 टॉपिक्स. फिर उन 4 टॉपिक्स में से आपको कोई भी एक टॉपिक सेलेक्ट करना है और फिर आप साइड में जाके आपको 3 मिनट के राउंड मिलेंगे, अपना टॉपिक तैयार करना है. उसके बाद फिर आप जब भी नंबर आएगा आप आओगे, अपने ग्रुप के सामने खड़े होके लेक्चरेट डिलीवर करोगे. 3 मिनट पूरे 3 मिनट आपको बोलना है. कंप्लीट 3 मिनट्स यू हैव टू स्पीक इन फ्रंट ऑफ योर ग्रुप. ओके, और जो तरीका रहता है आपको स्टार्ट करना है गुड मॉर्निंग, गुड आफ्टरनून, व्हाटएवर द टाइम इज. इस तरीके से आपको स्टार्ट करना है. आप कोटेशन से भी स्टार्ट कर सकते हो अपना लेक्चरेट. ओके, और मैं आपको थोड़ा सा बता भी देता हूँ. बिफोर द लेक्चरेट अपडेट योर जीके. अपनी जीके आप अपडेट करो, तभी आप अच्छे पॉइंट्स अपने लेक्चरेट में बोल पाओगे. कीप योर माइंड काम, हैव कॉन्फिडेंस इन योरसेल्फ. अपने ऊपर थोड़ा सा कॉन्फिडेंस रखो कि आप अच्छा बोल पाओगे वहाँ पे. फिर उसके बाद आपका जो स्टेप आता है वो आता है सिलेक्शन ऑफ टॉपिक. टॉपिक सेलेक्ट करते हो. सेलेक्ट अ टॉपिक ऑन विच यू हैव एडिक्वेट नॉलेज. ऐसा टॉपिक आपको सेलेक्ट करना है जिसके लिए आपके दिमाग में काफी सारे पॉइंट्स हैं और जिसपे आप लगातार 3 मिनट बोल पाओ. A topic on which you can give some examples. Examples के साथ आपको टॉपिक बोलना है. Starting the lecturate, सबसे पहले सैल्यूटेशन, गुड मॉर्निंग और गुड आफ्टरनून एक्सेट्रा. इंट्रोडक्शन, 30 सेकंड का आपको इंट्रोडक्शन देना है. स्टार्ट विद अ क्वेश्चन और सेइंग ऑफ अ ग्रेट पर्सन इफ यू नो. इंट्रोड्यूस द टॉपिक. टॉपिक को इंट्रोड्यूस करो 30 सेकंड तक. उसके बाद आपका आता है मेन कंटेंट. मेन कंटेंट आपको 2 मिनट बोलना है. डिवाइड द सब टॉपिक्स advantages and disadvantages, give examples to support your point, add data to support your point. इसीलिए बोला जाता है डेली न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ो, अपनी जीके अपडेट करो, जिससे कि आप डेटा ऐड कर पाओ अपने लेक्चरेट में, और जो भी पॉइंट्स दे रहे हो आप उसे सपोर्ट कर पाओ बिल्कुल एक्यूरेट डेटा के साथ। लास्ट के 30 सेकंड में आप कंक्लूड करते हो। ये आपका फॉर्मेट होता है लेक्चरेट का। क्लियर? सो starting with Ajay, your lecturate, the way you have delivered
Yeah.
was very good. No, non-stop you were speaking. Okay. I think Ajay, you are a repeater, isn't it?
One term screen out. Yeah.
Okay, you are one screen out. So you are a fresher. You are not a repeater then. Okay.
Yeah. So what was my timing?
Your
You finished
timing,
it before.
no,
Yeah.
your timing was around 3 minutes only. Okay.
Okay. You didn't
Yeah.
rank that bell, so I think
Yeah.
it's not
I
right.
missed it. Yeah, I missed that bell. But the way you have delivered it, it was, I mean, you have voice modulation in your lecturate. You have presented the topic well. Okay. Non-stop you were speaking. So that was a good part in your lecturate. Okay. Second, coming to Monu. Monu, what was your topic? Can you remind
Pakistan,
me? Uh,
a bad name.
Pakistan?
A bad neighbor.
Okay.
Banapursi.
So, talking about Mono's lecturate, content was adequate. कंटेंट आपने सही बोला है, ठीक है, और नॉलेज है आपको। मेरे हिसाब से ग्रुप डिस्कशन में भी आपने पार्टिसिपेट किया था, तो आपको सुन के ऐसा पता चल रहा है कि आपका जो जनरल अवेयरनेस है वो अप टू द मार्क है, ठीक है। नॉलेज है आपको, थोड़ी सी इसी तरीके से आप प्रैक्टिस करते रहिए, ठीक है। सही बोला आपने लेक्चरेट। हाँ हाँ मोनू।
अभी नॉलेज लिया, मतलब इकट्ठा किया।
हाँ, अब देखो एनडीए रिटर्न निकाला है तो मतलब नॉलेज तो है आपको, ठीक है। नॉलेज है, थोड़ी सी प्रैक्टिस करिए, ठीक है, और अच्छे से प्रैक्टिस करिए, क्योंकि अभी अच्छा टाइम है आपके पास, पूरे 2 महीने से ज़्यादा है एसएसबी जाने के लिए, ठीक है, और ज़्यादा भी मिल सकता है आपको। तो ये जो पूरा टाइम है, इसमें जितना न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ सकते हो, जितनी नॉलेज इकट्ठी कर सकते हो, बोलने की ज़्यादा प्रैक्टिस करिए, ठीक है। अंग्रेजी बोलने की ज़्यादा प्रैक्टिस करिए, उससे क्या होगा, आपका कॉन्फिडेंस भी बिल्डअप होगा, पावर ऑफ एक्सप्रेशन आएगा, ठीक है, और काफ़ी सारी चीज़ें आप सीख जाओगे, ठीक है। सेम गोज टू अनिरुद्ध। अनिरुद्ध, आपको भी बोलने की प्रैक्टिस करनी पड़ेगी अभी।
ओके सर।
हाँ, धीरे धीरे आएगा ये, जैसे और सभी बिना देखे बोल रहे थे, उसी तरीके से आपको प्रैक्टिस करनी पड़ेगी।
सर वैसे आज ठीक था।
हाँ, आज ठीक था, बस आप देख के बोल